What's up, everybody? Joe White here. This is kind of a response video. I just got done watching Boogie2988's video about him eating the 72-ounce steak at the Big Texan restaurant. I think it was 72 ounces. Was it 72 ounces? Let me make sure I got it right, because I know all you in the comments below will be like, it's not right. It's not 72. It was 64 or something like that. Better get it right. Get your facts straight, Mark. Let me see here. Yeah, it was a 72-ounce steak. Okay. I love having 3 monitors, by the way. This video, I have a little bit of a story here about the Big Texan restaurant, because I have driven past it. I have never been there, but I used to be a truck driver for a living. And when I was driving I had a couple of trainers, quite a few trainers, because what they do is you graduate from truck driving school. Yes, you have to go to school to learn how to drive one of these things. You graduate from truck driving school, and your first job with a company, with me, it was Werner Enterprises, who was a good company until I got on the one account, and me and the dispatchers, who were 5 years younger than me and had never driven a truck a day in their life, tried to tell me how to drive one day. So, anyway, welcome to the trucking business, I guess. But I'm now out of it, and maybe I'll tell that story one day. My glasses are dirty today, golly, and I can't get them clean. But the third trainer I had, first trainer was on the first trainer I had, I'll tell this. The first trainer I had was, the fuck was that? Anyway, first trainer I had was a guy who was on the Family Dollar account, which means we went to Front Royal, Virginia, which is up in northwest Virginia, and we would pick up at a distribution center and go and deliver to stores. The thing about that is that you touch every piece of freight that's on that truck. They're not on pallets. It's rolling it off on a set of rollers like conveyor belts. So I drive with him for about a month, and I decided I didn't want to be on that account. Truck drivers are lazy motherfuckers. We don't like to touch freight, if at all possible. So I went on, and he was going on vacation anyway, so I was going to get a new trainer regardless. Second trainer I had was, I believe, a guy who, the second trainer I had was a guy who would drive from New Albany, Mississippi through to California. And we would primarily drive on Interstate 40, which I believe is it runs right through Amarillo, where the Big Texan restaurant is. So the first time we drove through, it was at nighttime, so I didn't get to see anything, and I was sleeping. This guy pretty much used me as a wheel jockey for the whole time I was with him, for the whole few weeks I was with him. So I didn't learn how to back. I didn't learn how to, really do logs. I just sat there and was a wheelman for him. But anyway, we're getting there, and I sleep pretty much for 24 hours straight. This guy, we stopped in Oklahoma City. No, that's what it was. We went from Pennsylvania all the way over to Minnesota, from Minnesota down through to Oklahoma City, where we had to do a 72-hour restart, which I don't even know if that's a thing anymore since they changed the rules and regulations. But anyway, and then we went from Oklahoma City straight over to California, which, sorry, I gotta tell this one too. I'm a white dude, okay? Last time I checked, I'm white. I'm a cracker, okay? This honky does not belong 10 minutes from Compton. We're over there in Los Angeles, literally. I forget where we were. Oh man, where was Carson, California, which if you look on the map, it's Carson, Compton. My white ass is scared out of my life. I'm sitting there driving around the 405 freeway, going there, sitting there shaking, looking around, going, My ass is gonna get shot. I'm gonna get fucking shot. My white ass in Compton. I'm gonna get fucking shot. Some people or some gang's gonna roll up on me. It wasn't the case. California is pretty chill. Bunch of hippies out there. But anyway, I hope this doesn't offend anybody that lives in California. I actually liked California for like the couple days I was there. I wouldn't mind going there again and just, doing the whole sightseeing bit. But my first experience to heavy traffic was, driving the 405 in morning and evening rush hour. It was okay. Not as bad as Atlanta. But Atlanta has the worst traffic in the U.S. Sorry. To me, they do. But anyway, I'm scared out of my mind, and we finally unload. We picked up a load of pig feet in Oklahoma and drove it all the way through to California, which, for those who don't know, truck drivers have to go through a border right there at the California-Arizona border, and you have to show them your manifest. You have to kind of show them what you're carrying, because they don't want you to carry anything that's going to spread diseases or kill their pepper crops or any other crops that they have there. You have to make sure what you have is clean, which literally all the guys do there is you hand them your bill, your manifest here, your what they call bill of lading, and the state troopers who are there, you hand them it out your window, and they look at it. Oh, pig feet. Okay, go on. That's it. They don't stop. They don't inspect the back. They literally just look, oh, okay, goodbye. That's it. So we roll through. We go to Carson. We dump off our pig feet, which a bunch of illegal immigrants, I believe, unloaded. You had to pay them. You had to pay lumpers. They had to pay a lumper fee. And then we go pick up another empty trailer, or we go pick up another load somewhere in Los Angeles, and we have to drive it back to New Albany, Mississippi. So we finally get out of there, and he tells me, okay, you got the night shift. You're gonna drive I-40 straight through, stop at the Flying J truck stop in Albuquerque, New Mexico. So it literally takes about 11 hours to go from Los Angeles, California to Albuquerque, New Mexico. Straight on interstate, cool, whatever. And I love driving I-40, especially at night, because there's nobody on the damn roads, and you get to see all these casinos every, it's Indian territory, so you get to see all these casinos lit up. He tells me one thing, though. He goes, avoid the billboards. Whatever you do, don't look at the billboards. I'm like, what do you mean? He goes, well, you're a big guy. You like to eat. Avoid the billboards. I'm like, what fucking billboards, man? He goes, avoid the billboards for the big steak. And what he was referring to is the Big Texan Steak. Because they start in California on I-40 with billboards about this damn thing. I mean, this thing's been on the Travel Channel. This thing's been on, the Food Network. It's been, you name the food show about, and they've done it. I mean, I think the guy from Man vs. Food went there, but it's famous. It's been around for years. The challenge has been around for years. I mean, Boogie says he did it in '96. So needless to say, I get in there, and this place is literally a saloon. It's a Big Texan Steakhouse and saloons, and they have truck parking. Part of me wanted to stop, but I was told not to by my trainer. He was joking about it, of course. Avoid the big steak. So I don't think I could eat that much anyway. In fact, I know I couldn't eat that much because a couple years ago, and this cuts into my little response story, nowhere near as bad as Boogie's. Not that his was bad, but it's not to the degree that his was. We have a restaurant here in Danville called Ham's, and they have a couple of restaurants in North Carolina and in Virginia, and they have a challenge where if you eat a 2-pound hamburger, 4 quarter-pound patties stacked up with cheese and the lettuce, tomato, whatever, if you can eat that in a half an hour, it's free. Otherwise, I think the burger's $25. $25. You can't share it. They put a kitchen timer at your table. So this was around, me and my friend Robert did this, and we both did it. I think it was for a pay-per-view. Probably the only pay-per-view that they did. It was about a year before the WWE Network got started. So this was like February of 2 years ago. So we decided we're going to do it. My girlfriend is totally against this. She's like, you're not going to be able to do it. I've seen you eat. I know how much food you can put away. You're not going to be able to do this. So I'm like, yeah, whatever. Me and Robert will tackle this thing. We're going to go do this. So we sit down and we tell them, hey, we want this thing. Go cook it up. Oh, by the way, neither of us want cheese, lettuce, or tomato on it. Can you substitute all that for bacon? Fucking restaurant manager goes, that's a lot of goddamn bacon, boys. But I'll tell you what, I'll do it. You just added another pound of meat, pretty much. So they bring us this thing. It's about that tall. And it's got literally meat. We didn't want cheese, but of course they fuck it up and put cheese on it anyway. So we tell them, aha, rules are rules. We said no cheese and we send it back, which of course all they do is scrape the fucking cheese off of it. So when it comes to the table, you can still see that it has cheese all over it. But it's literally meat, bacon. That's it. And they'll put whatever you want on the damn thing, but I mean, the bacon was stretching it because nobody had ever done that before. And the waitress comes and plunks it down in front of us. And these burgers, I mean, Boogie was talking about that steak being tough and overcooked. They asked how we wanted the burgers cooked, and I told them, I was like, look, well, if I get this thing well done, it's going to be like chewing on my shoe. I normally eat my burgers well done anyway, but I know how thick these fucking things are, and bad enough I got to eat 4 of them. Cook it medium is what I tell them. Of course, they screw that up and cook the damn thing well done. I think they did it on purpose just to gimmick me out of the damn money. But anyway, so me and my friend Robert, we start eating this damn thing, and I believe he ate more than I did. And of course, you sit there and they don't put you on a stage or nothing like they do at the Big Texan. But of course, everybody's sitting there looking around at it. They look at it and go, are you really going to eat that damn thing? No, dude, I got it for the hell of it. Come on. And unlike Boogie, I was unable to finish it. We're sitting there eating. First, we eat the bacon, just the bacon off of this thing. So that's already a pound of food. The bread, you have to eat the bread too. I should have eaten the bread first, but then again, you get fuller on bread than you do anything else. So didn't eat the bread. We peeled the buns off and just start eating the burgers with the fork. I made it through, I believe it was like 1.5 patties plus all the bacon before I was like, tapped out. I'm done. Robert eats a little bit more. We're done. The part about in Boogie's video where he talks about shitting a brick. I know your pain, brother. Man was not supposed to eat that much beef at once. Never mind 72 ounces. My body tapped out at about maybe a half a pound. Plus another pound of bacon. So I had pork in there on top of it. Boogie, all I gotta say is I feel your pain. Probably not to the degree that you felt it, but man, I don't think I ate another hamburger for about a good 6 months after that. And every time I go to a restaurant, of course, the girlfriend teases me and tells me, hey, we know what you're getting. You're getting a burger. No. But if I ever see another eating challenge like that again, I'm going to be smart enough to say no to it because it just ain't happening. I'm not one of those competitive eaters. I probably never will be. I could put away some groceries, but no. I do, you see restaurants like that all the time. Eat this and it's free. Eat that and it's free. No. In fact, Hardee's now has come out with something so freaking ridiculous that, I mean, I'm all for weird combinations. Put a fried egg on top of a hamburger, awesome. I put potato chips on top of a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. That tastes great, by the way. I like putting coleslaw and chili on my hot dogs. That's great. But Hardee's came out with this all-American burger where it's like a damn hamburger with all the fixins plus potato chips underneath of it. And then on top of it, they put a hot dog. Not one, that just sounds gross. 2, if you eat that, just be prepared to probably spend a week in the bathroom. So, anyway, I'm going to get off of here. That really, shows you what my life was on the road. My life on the road pretty much was food. And I suffered for it and still am suffering for it because, yes, I know that, there's people out there like Big Cat Trucker, and there's people out there, who have made YouTube videos that show you how to eat on the road. But it gets boring living out of a fucking cooler or a mini fridge after a while. It really does. And when you're passing all these truck stops that have such good food, like like the Lehigh Travel Plaza in Virginia, which is which is also owned by the same people who own White's Travel Plaza. I think, I don't know, does Lehigh own White's or does White's own Lehigh? I'm not too sure. But you go in there and there's such good food out there. And I'm a foodie. I love food. So naturally, when I'm on the road, if you have a spot for a big rig, I was going to stop in and try you out. There was a lot of people out there that was good, and there was a lot of restaurants out there that just were not worth my time, and I wish I'd never stopped in there, but that's a whole nother video. I'm going to get off here, guys. I just wanted to post this quick video in response to Boogie's video. Check his video out. Go to Boogie2988's channel, and it's story time. Eating a 72-ounce steak is what it's called. Thank you all for watching. What is the craziest food you ever ate? I want to know. Leave that in the comments below. Also, hit that like button and that subscribe button. We got several videos coming out here. I think I made a decision. I'm going to go ahead and get StarCraft 2. I don't know if I'll be able to capture it and do a let's play on it because the capture or the graphics card in my computer just sucks. I got a SBX. Okay, I went and bought an iBuyPower SBX. It's a damn Steam machine. It's a gaming console, is what they classify this thing is. But nothing could be further from the truth. I mean, I could run the game fine, but when I try to capture it for whatever reason, it doesn't work. Maybe it's the type of program that I'm using. I'm using that free one that's out there. What's the name of this thing? Open Broadcast, I think it's called. Open Broadcast software is what I use. You know, it's no secret. You know, it's free because I'm too cheap to pay for one. You know, maybe if I got an actual capture card and then uploaded the video like that, it would be great. But I don't know. If you have any tips for me, leave them in the comments below. I am probably going to upgrade a different computer after the first of the year next year because of the fact that I want to try to build my own. And if you have any tips for building your own, leave those in the comments below. But thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you down the road.